Now we have Dr. Susan Kurian, second year PG resident in Department of Medicine, Christian Medical College, Vellore, with us. Hi, Susan. Welcome. And can you introduce yourself and tell us about your background and uh, how did you come to us for your further PG training?
Yes, thanks, Dr. Don. And my name is Dr. Susan. I'm doing my second year residency in the Department of Medicine in CMC Vellore. I've done my MBBS UG from St. John's Medical College in Bangalore. And so after my UG, through the NEET entrance exams, and so I wrote the exam and gave the interview, and CMC Vellore was one of the highest priorities for me while thinking of a course to pursue ahead. So that's how, because it happened, and uh, interviews and everything. So I was very happy to be able to get a seat to start here.
Susan, what were some of the challenges you faced while adjusting to the PG life here, coming from another institution, and how were you able to deal with such challenges which you faced in terms of a new system, new surroundings, new colleagues, new hospital, new set of patients, maybe a different language of patients, and can you tell us some of the practical ways you were able to cope up with the new system you were in?
Sure. So I did face difficulties, especially in the initial months when I joined here, being from a different institution. So it's always difficult to adjust to the system here because you have to adjust very quickly. Also, so when I joined, I didn't know anybody really over here. So how to get things done, how to prioritize on work that needs to be done. Also, there is an enormous patient load, and we have to adjust to them again quickly. We have to adjust to long hours of work, and we have to find time to improve ourselves, improve our skills. We have to find time for academics. So these were all some of the factors which I found little difficult. So how I dealt with it, the institution itself actually puts various mechanisms in place so that residents like us who are from other institutions also find it easy to cope with the new system. So one thing was the initial days of orientation that were organized by the
Okay.
department for us. These days, it really helped us, one, to look into ourselves and introspect and see what areas we were lacking in and what would be expected for us as a first year resident as we started our course. Also, at this time, we were able to meet the senior faculty in the department, and they really guided us as to what would be the course requirements and how we would be able to cope with them. Other than that, I found it quite useful. There was this mentorship program wherein one senior registrar who was in the final year would be allotted for every junior registrar who would come in. And here, so I found in all the senior registrars that I worked with, and maybe even if I didn't work with them also, I found them to be extremely helpful. And from their experience, from their skills, they always were there for any kind of assistance, work related as well as non-work related. There may be times when you have to share something. You might need some kind of help, you might need some assistance, and at a peer level, when you're able to discuss these things, it's always
Yes.
a big important useful thing. Also, as students, we have our thesis guides.
Yes.
And our thesis guides are one of the initial consultants we interact with. So in my thesis guide also, uh, I found it easy to discuss regarding problems that we might be able to that we might face. And along with planning our PG dissertation, they also enable us to go smoothly through our academic course as well. Other than that, the institution has kept in place a full-time student counselor. So they help us to be able to cope with stresses of work and other work-related stresses as well. Regarding ways to cope, so once the initial few months are over, we kind of help ourselves to strategize. We're able to prioritize better,
Okay.
and it's we find some innovative ways to do things, maybe in an easier way for to benefit the patients, and so that we also can get maximum productivity out of the limited time that we have. So also, I found that there was a very good clinical material available, lots of patients. And once we see a good number of patients, they may have the same disease, but they may have varied manifestations. And once we see them and we see a good number of them, it's easier to make treatment plans. So I always, another thing is, whichever consultants I used to do rounds with, I always found it very easy to discuss if I had any difficulties. And since I was a I was a novice, and it helped me so that I did not miss anything regarding the patient's problems. And another support system I found was my co-PGs, who were
Okay.
all from CMC. So they My co-PGs also, those who have especially done their UG from here, they were extremely helpful to me in difficult situations. So yeah, these were some of the practical ways I found to cope.
Thanks, Susan, for sharing. It is wonderful to know that despite the course being overwhelming and coming from a different setup to a new place, you found various structures and things which were helpful to you. And good to know that there was a friendly atmosphere for you to grow and learn and understand. And there was a support system where you can fall back to. And I'm sure your parents and your siblings and other friends also helped you. So thanks for sharing that. Um, uh, you touched about this, but can you tell us something more about your interaction with senior registrars, your the people who already started course ahead of you, the junior consultants you worked with on a daily basis, doing rounds and other activities, senior faculty, colleagues here in the Department of Medicine. How are your interactions been, and how do you think CMC system has been unique or different in that aspect?
Yes. So regarding my interaction with senior registrars, so always there is a thought process when you join newly, how it will be, how you will be accepted. But I found that when I joined, it was a very smooth time being a registrar and interacting with seniors in the department. So when we joined, we actually have only the seniors to look up to. And in every unit I went to, whichever senior registrar I was in always I found it was very easy to discuss. It was very easy to just sometimes academic based discussions, case based discussions, or sometimes just as a friend, or a mentor, you want to share something with them. And we actually get close to them, and even after they finish their course, we actually keep in touch with them.
Okay.
And as a group, in the senior registrars and junior registrars are all very close to each other, and
Okay.
we are a closely knit group. That is what I found. Regarding the junior consultants, these are the consultants with whom we work on a daily basis. Quite closely we interact with them. So as we start off, if there are new patients, as we admit them, we discuss them in detail on the first day, and then on subsequent days during rounds, we follow up plans, we discuss any new problems that may arise with them. And always I found that every junior consultant that I worked with, they were accessible always, in
Okay.
person or through phone call at whatever time of the day it needed. And so that if any kind of problems arise, registrars are always, they have them to fall back on. And as we go from unit to unit, these junior consultants change, and it's very nice to see the way different consultants work. They work with different styles, and I think we sort of imbibe different things from different people as we move along. So regarding interactions with senior most faculty, so their interactions are one, they help to refine treatment plans, which may have been made through the week. One is during grand rounds. Another is on a day-to-day basis itself. If there are patients who have treatment dilemmas or diagnostic dilemmas, they're always there to discuss. They're
Okay.
always there to provide insights. For example, during academic presentations, during seminars, and otherwise also, if there is any kind of assistance needed, if there are any kind of problems being faced by registrars, they're always there and available to sort them out. So that has been a very healthy atmosphere among the all the seniors and the juniors among the unit. Regarding my interaction with colleagues, again, it's been a very friendly atmosphere, a healthy atmosphere of teamwork and sharing, and an atmosphere wherein everyone saw to it that a particular person should not be overburdened in any way. and sharing roles and responsibilities, sometimes sharing procedures. If one person has a commitment for one particular hour and nobody says that no, we cannot take up this responsibility for that time. So it facilitated everyone's improvement, facilitated the teamwork, facilitated patient care in a very holistic way, I feel.
That's good. I can identify with yourself that being a resident myself, I have always learned from the people who are senior to me, always asking them doubts when there's a sick patient, one clinical conundrum you're not able to solve, or a difficult decision you have to take. And all the faculty, including the professors, are always accessible, even in the excuse me, even in the middle of the night. So that's good that you found it helpful. Can you describe for us a routine day in PG residence life in CMC in the Department of Medicine?
Yes. So a routine day, if we have to start it off at early in the morning, I think it involves a good amount of planning in the initial part of the day. Around it's I think those initial half an hour, 45 minutes when you plan the day, and I always found it useful to maintain a small book for all my patients every single day, and it has to be revised. Patients may have some particular problems or some particular investigations to follow up on that day, an important appointment that has to be followed up on that day. We have to review the reports of all the patients under us, and it also involves some aspects as a leader also. For example, we have to delegate some work to the intern, and maybe request the staff who work with
Yes,
us,
nurses.
and nursing staff also, to assist us with varying works at the day. And I feel those initial moments of planning are very important to run the day to the smoothest extent possible. So after that, we start rounds. This is the prior to consultant rounds, where we go with our interns and we see all the patients that we are taking care of. After this, once it's over, it depends on the days. So different days are divided. So for example, a particular unit may have a particular day as an admission day. If it's an admission day, new patients will be getting admitted from the emergency department,
Casualty.
from the casualty, and they're mostly sick patients. So they will need a detailed workup.
Yes.
They may need the emergency procedures to be
Yes.
planned. And if we have some dilemmas, we will discuss them with our consultants immediately. Some days are the OPD days. So these OPD days are usually longer. A registrar sees approximately 40 to 45 patients per day. Though right now, due to the pandemic, the numbers are slightly low. So on a particular day of the week, also we have prayer sessions, where in the morning we come together as a unit. We focus on a particular Bible passage, and as mentioned earlier, we have academic sessions, where around once a week we discuss articles in recent journals, and we also have a seminar day of presentation, when a registrar would have looked at recent evidence, planned a detailed seminar, and again there's a big discussion that happens about the particular seminar. And we also have admissions on weekend days, and that happened in turns
Turns.
between the different medicine units. So once, for example, once OPD is over, the consultant rounds start, and then again we see the patients. We may have to refine plans with the consultants, and after that we may have to again plan procedures, plan consults, and carry out any other further work which may have to be done for the rest of the day.
Seems like a busy but structured, like you said. If you plan and organize your day well, you can go through it in a more sensible and possible way.
Yes.
So now that you've shared with us the various things you do and various aspects of your three as your training in a normal day, share with us some of the ways you de-stress here during the course. What are some of the ways you relax after a period of work? Maybe you can share us some of the hobbies or the social activities you do which help you lighten up during busy days, or something you do at weekends which may be helpful to prospective people who are looking at doing residency in CMC.
Yes. So de-stressing, I feel it's important, and everyone might have different ways of de-stressing.
Yes.
So for some people, it's just personal time. For some people, it's very important, but a personal time, a prayer time. It's very important to find time. Sometimes we may not be able to delineate and say this is the time to de-stress, but it's possible as you're going for a coffee, as you're going for a meal, it's possible to find a little time by yourself. It's possible to find a little bit of time to be thankful, for whatever you have, although it might be a little difficult day for you. So I personally have hobbies, like I like music, I like the outdoors. So whenever possible, I used to use these as a stress reliever for myself. I also some of the social activities which I found were useful. So I was a part of the prayer fellowship here, so that they used to meet every Friday evening.
Okay,
So somehow it used to fall into place that I used to be able to make it to
that's
go
good.
for those 1 or 1.5 hours, and I used to find myself looking forward to those hours throughout the rest of the week. Other than that, the Department of Medicine has organized various activities. For example, we have the annual dinners. They happen somewhere around Christmas, and they are a great time of bonding, a great time of activities, a great time of entertainment, where we come together and we get to know each other very well. We used to have door-to-door sing-alongs during Christmas.
Okay.
Picnics are organized by the unit, and I think I've totally been to 3 picnics already after my 2 years, and they've been very enjoyable events where you can really de-stress, you can have a good time. Also, we have organized unit meals where again we can bond, we can have a good time, and little bit of time here and there that we're free. We find it useful to bond with registrars and with interns, and there are also times spent maybe at the house of a consultant. So those are also moments which we really look
Okay.
forward to. Yeah, where we have non-work related activities and a lot of
Thank.
discussions happening. Other than that, in CMC, there are a lot of extracurricular activities being organized. For example, there are music events, there are intercollegiate festivals. So, although in PG it's a little difficult to find time, but whenever there is time, we used to find the opportunity to attend these, and found them to be quite useful.
Thanks for sharing, Susan. And I think it's the fellowship, the friendships you have, and the fun times you enjoy when you go out or go on excursion or a picnic are the things which keep you working hard on those difficult days. So thanks for sharing them. What are some of the ways you feel in the past 2 years you have felt that because of all this which you have shared, the experience in learning from people and from patients, and the ways you are able to spend your times enjoying and taking a break, and also being in those hard days, working hard and seeing patients and all that. What are some of the ways the system has looked to you as unique and different as compared to other peers in maybe other colleges or where you have studied, or I'm sure you have friends in other premier institutions also. What are some of the ways CMC has been a very different experience to you?
Yes. So, one thing is uh, regarding all the clinical material that we have,
Yes.
I think we have a wide range in terms of patients, and we see, as we've discussed earlier, also we see lots of the common diseases, several patients coming, and we also see many uncommon diseases. Also, I think we're privileged to see patients like that and to learn and about them, to be able to manage such patients. And I've personally seen extremely sick patients who we may have thought initially that no, these patients might not be able to do well, but with care, and after 1 or 2 months they actually walk back home.
That's good.
So it's actually very rewarding to see such patients like that. And we see patients actually coming from different parts of the country on a regular basis itself, in OPDs, VHC admitted patients, referred patients, and with all the diagnostic capabilities that we have, it's very useful to the residents to be able to learn from them. Other than that, we have ready access to recent journals
Okay.
in our library. We have access to resources like UpToDate, which give us very readily available evidence-based medicines, so that we can use them at the bedside. Other than that, we have the weekly clinical meetings also in the Department of Medicine, wherein residents usually present patients who they have seen or treated in the last 1 or 2 weeks. And there's a lot of insights from senior faculty provided, and they might help another registrar at another point in time when he manages a similar case. Other than that, there is frequent lectures happening
Okay.
So before the pandemic, we used to have one-on-one lectures, but now lots of lectures are happening on a weekly basis via Zoom and others, and they help they help us to keep abreast of latest events happening. Other than that, the medicine annual conference has been very useful. So I've attended two of them, and they involved speakers from various parts of the world actually. And so maybe people who we have read about in textbooks, and they actually come and they speak to you, they actually give you a talk. It's really inspiring and informative at the same time. So, and of course, I think various points of the interview so far, which we have discussed, I think all of them together, they make CMC residency a very memorable experience.
Thank you so much, Susan, and for sharing and for candidly expressing your experiences as you gone through your 2 years. All the best for the rest of your PG program, and God bless you.
Thank you so much.